race until the very end. We are the underdog, and we know we have some hard work.
You're the incumbent. You're the sitting vice president.
Do you want to reconsider dropping out of the race?
I'm back in.
Hey! Great! You're back in, Joe.
Thank you, my friend. You know, I'll treasure this. And one thing I've learned is that truth and love always prevail.
Kamala's teleprompter had a Biden, and it froze, and it didn't know what to say. You could call it a McConnell, too. We have a lot of that happening in our government, unfortunately. And here's a fun clip of Kamala, and you can tell, you can pinpoint it right at that moment when the teleprompter freezes, and she just doesn't know what to do.
Remember his number? 32. Today we got 32 days until the election. So 32 days.
Uh-oh. Just say it again.
Okay, we got some business to do. All right. And we know we will do it. And this is going to be a very tight race until the very end. We are the underdog, and we know we have some hard work.
You're the incumbent. You're the sitting vice president. Now, there was this other interesting audio that got dropped from our friends over at Judicial Watch, Tom Fitton. And there was a story that was percolating a while ago about Biden having some sort of medical emergency, some sort of a breakdown, something bad happened in Las Vegas. I think Laura Loomer was all over that. There were many people that were on it. He's got new audio from Las Vegas police that reports a medical emergency for Joe Biden. For everyone on the radio, here's the quote. Right now, POTUS, Biden, is 421, aka sick or injured. Here's what it sounded like.
So right now, they're on a hold for something with the president. So if you can go ahead and let some of that north and south flow, but not east and west, just north and south, please. Everybody on the radio, right now, POTUS is 421. He's being seen. So we're kind of waiting to see how this is shaping out. So for everybody's knowledge, he's 421 right now. We're just trying to figure out what's going on, and we're going to go from there. Can you have all the units that are assigned to the motorcade come down to Desert Inn and Eastern, DI and Eastern, and I need them here ASAP. You say ASAP, do you want us code 3 there? Yes, please. All units on this channel, 302. What we're going to do is the tail car is going to be in a black Explorer. They're going to get out in front. We're going to go south on Eastern, and they're going to deploy you. So first car behind the EP Explorer, just listen to what they're telling you and deploy you, and then each car after that will be deployed. All right, everybody, keep in mind, for this one, we're trying to go for a full closure. We need a full closure, so it needs to be north and southbound on Eastern as well as east and west on Russell. We are going to shut down everything.
302. Secret Service is requesting a code 3 response.
For all my units at the airport, be advised, the motorcade is at Air Force One, so just hold your road closure until I tell you otherwise. Patrol 302, I just want to let everybody know, great work out there. We put that together ad hoc.
There we go.
I appreciate all the resources coming over.
Wow, I spoke way too soon on that because, yeah, that's right. We just threw that together out of nowhere. That's what we heard.
You guys did a fantastic job. That looked like we had planned it for weeks. So great job, everybody. If I can just ask everybody to please just stand by until we get the plane off the ground.
Sign yourself to a 461 at UMC. Break everyone who is able to Valley Hospital ER.
Wow.
Out 678. So you said 461 at UMC, and what was the other part?
Go head straight to UMC. Meet at the Valley Hospital ER parking lot.
678 at Cones.
So for officers coming to Valley, we're going to meet behind the ER entrance.
And he said planned it for weeks. So was he talking about, you know, we had planned this for weeks and then we had to make a change. So it came together ad hoc, which is on the spot, essentially, right? We had to create this on the fly. I know we'd been working on this, but we had to throw the plan out, is how I heard that.
Where the ambulances go, there's a little cul-de-sac back there. You'll see me.
MacTac alert, area command, break me the inbox squad. MacTac alert for the Bolton area command and inbox squad.
678, I copy that. Again, any available units, come down here to Valley Hospital right now.
My Lincoln squad, switch over to event 8, please. Event 8.
Okay, 697 squad, Lincoln squad, switch over to event 8.
And if they're not already, have them code 3 over to the rally point, please. Okay, I know you got some southeast units coming over, plus you're in the box squad. I need to get all the major intersections with lights shut down from Desert Inn all the way to Russell. So if units could just start calling out what intersections they're going to, I think that's going to be used. Let's start with the big ones. First 3 priorities are going to be Flamingo, Tropicana, and then Russell, because those are the 3 biggest. Units on the event channel are going to be moving with the package, but yeah, I want you guys to just focus on those 3 major intersections for now. We'll go ahead and lock that intersection now. I'm going back to event 8 to get further instructions.
Yeah, for those units that are coming, just start going up and down Eastern, look for an intersection that needs to be shut down, and then just shut it down.
Right, so they had to create a new plan to get to the hospital because the hospital wasn't on the original plan. So we had this clip from Benny Johnson in the Trump War Room sharing with us that Joe, the apparently man who was on the verge of death there in Las Vegas, snubbed Kamala. And this was a little interesting thing that happened yesterday. Joe does not come out into the White House press briefing room because he can't talk or think. so badly that they threw him out of the race. That's how bad it is. So what they did is they had Kamala, who was about to be speaking, and then Joe just bursted in there like the Kool-Aid guy, like Fannie Willis. I'm ready to testify. You're like, what? Everybody's like, are you sure, Joe?
I do have a note, and I'm curious what you think about this. We were actually about to go live to Vice President Kamala Harris, who's speaking right now in Detroit, Michigan, and apparently she's talking about this port strike ending. She's trying to appeal to union workers, and yet you have the President of the United States come out, clearly overshadowing her, answering significant questions. Is that a communications mistake? Is the left hand not talking to the right hand in this situation?
That's a very good point. And if they were coordinated, as you assume they would be, this would not have happened.
Well, maybe Joe is trying to stick it to Kamala, as he should, because they're backstabbers and they really kind of hate each other. And Joe might want to remain in power. In fact, here's what he said when he was done with his press briefing.
Do you want to reconsider dropping out of the race?
I'm back in.
Hey, great. You're back in, Joe. Good, because you're the only person who got any votes on the Democratic ticket. Kamala did not. So for the people who are screeching like hysterical psychopaths constantly about democracy, that don't even know what the word means, are instituting the most anti-democratic seizure of power in modern times. And here was Nicole Shanahan, the running mate of RFK Jr., explaining how brutal and reckless and monstrous these people are.
So I've been really shocked about the intolerance of the people I've known for well over a decade, in some cases, sometimes 2 decades, just over the last few months. And it's been a gradient of, when I first left the Democratic Party, there was a set of people who kind of went underground in their association with me. They said, can you take me off your website? Because I have a board for my foundation. And they're like, my LPs are calling me. They run hedge funds, or in some cases, there's hedge funds, and then some of them run venture funds. And they got calls from some of their other investors who are large Democratic Party donors, and they're like, how can you be associated with her? And these are the same people who I think quite respected and admired me a few months before. And this is before I even spoke or went on any right-wing media. None of it. This was literally just
a
the
change
act
in position
of moving from the Democratic Party, going independent, because these were issues that the Democratic Party no longer cared about. And those issues were childhood health, vaccine safety, and environmental health. And so these calls that I would get, like, I'm sorry, like, I can't talk to you anymore. If you need me, you can call me, but it has to be very quiet.
On the down low.
And can you please take me off your website? And I was like, this is really weird. This feels very uncomfortable and very un-American.
Yeah, well, that's who they are, right? It's an actual cult. They use that word to talk about MAGA and the Trump side, but that's not at all what's happening there, right? The Trump people are actually not a part of the two-party system, much more than the Democratic is, right? The Democratic Party is part of the uniparty with a huge portion of the Republican Party. So if you question the orthodoxy, they come after you big time. Now, this was another interesting clip. I have to share this with you. You might vomit your guts out over this clip.
Hunter, I want you to know I wrote this book to tell the truth about what happened during the Trump administration. He used your battle with addiction for his own agenda to hurt you and your family and your father. You were a casualty in all of this. I regret very truly my decision to work with those that tried to bring you and your family down. I will do everything in my power to clear your name going forward.
Thank you, my friend.
I'll treasure this. And one thing I've learned is that truth and love always prevail.
Was that uncomfortable a little bit or what? So anyways, I don't know where that was, but that's how the Democrats work. And Hunter and Lev are BFFs again.